So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. A tumultuous day in the community, but a good day to chill, y'all. I don't care what is doing with rewards, with whatever. This game, this community has enabled me to meet you guys, take my content creation to heights that I never thought were possible or would ever happen. Hell, we raised over $8,000 a couple weeks ago for the Starlight Children's Foundation. This community did, right? You know what? Without this community, without Genshin Impact, maybe I would have found it somewhere else. But there's also a very strong likelihood that I would have fizzled out and thrown in the towel a ways back. I was very much toward the end of my rope, end of my patience with streaming and content and all that. And, you know, nothing about the people, more about the lack of discoverability. A lot of things that I had to learn for myself. And, you know, I jumped in. And here we are. So, you know, my anniversary celebration is less about what MiHoYo gives us, less about what we're given in the form of tangible things in the community, and more about this community right here and what we've created largely around Genshin Impact over the last year. It's not just about me, it's about all of us here, and talking about that and enjoying that and looking where we are now, reflecting back. That to me is what should be celebrated. That's what I'm going to celebrate. Yeah, would it be nice if MiHoYo gave us some stuff in the game? Absolutely. And you know, they get to deal with the community for that at large, but our community here that we're growing, that we're building, this group of humans that hang out for a common reason. We're not hanging out together because we think we're getting something from MiHoYo. We're hanging out together because we like the vibe here. We like what we got going on here. We like this community and we love this game. That's why we're here. And I think it does fall short sometimes. Not everyone is always owed stuff, right? Does MiHoYo have to give people things? Absolutely not. Would it be nice if they did? Hell yeah. You know, I thought that tribute to our characters and our journey in Genshin was actually a really nice, touching thing to do for the anniversary. Do I think it should be everything they did? Probably not. But I thought that was really enjoyable. I liked going through that and seeing my journey. And I know that took effort. I work in engineering. I work in development. I've done web stuff. That's not something they snap their fingers. Anniversary thing, go. It's not something that they just, you know, will into existence. You know, a team of people had to program that. And I don't know what level of effort it took, but it took effort and they had to commit to that. Beyond that, I think the frustration in the community today, I think the toxicity, if you want to call it that, I don't think it's because of the anniversary rewards or lack of them. I think those were a catalyst, but think back all the way to when Inazuma dropped, right? We got Kazuha right before it. Kazuha was freaking amazing. Then we got Ayaka. And I'll echo Tectone on this a little bit. Ayaka does good damage, but Ayaka's sprint made me not want to play Ayaka. The character had something just intrinsically part of the character that said, if I want to play this the way I want to, you sprint and then you're locked out of doing anything until you're not locked out of doing stuff, at which point you've already taken damage or are dead, or you have to just keep sprinting or whatever. Like Ayaka's a solid character though. Ayaka's pretty well rounded. It's just that I didn't enjoy it. I know a lot of people didn't. A lot of people did. Then you get to Yoimiya, the character I was actually looking forward to the absolute most. You know, we did our hey, if we get this many followers, I'll C60 character. I deliberately made that low for Yoimiya because I wanted to C6 Yoimiya. I was super excited for Yoimiya. And I built her out. Yoimiya, you look at my stats on Yoimiya and it feels like freaking dev mode. And here's the problem. Yoimiya became a character that went from something I was excited about to something I don't enjoy playing Yoimiya. I love the character. And I'll still take her out every once in a while if I can set her up with a beefy Zhongli shield and stand still and be a turret. But that's the problem, is you need to stand still. You know, so much of her damage comes late in the attack chain. And if you have to move around, well, you're not going to get there. And if you let yourself take damage, either get interrupted or one shot because she has no HP. And then, you know, you finally get to the end of your attack chain and, oh, you did an overload or you did some damage. And hey, watch her arrow fly over the horizon and past whatever you were shooting at. And then, you know, Jeff's here. I'm sure Jeff would talk to the internal cooldown stuff, the fact that there's anti-synergies in her kit. And it's like, you made the set for her, but if you use the set, you can't use her ult, and use your ult, you can't use the set. And so it feels like, you know, certain things stop being totally thought out. Raiden Shogun, I think I love the character. Has potential for the future, but you know, let's not irritate the community by, after she drops and people have spent money, changing the wording on her ult and letting us know that, oh, by the way, this character doesn't work with Beidou, the one interaction that the entire community was looking forward to. And then we go to Kokomi, where apparently Kokomi is gonna have negative 100% crit rate. Why? So she can have more healing, of course. Look, in the lazy party playstyle, I'm totally down with Kokomi, but do I think people should go spend a bunch of money getting Kokomi? Only if you really want her. I mean, she's a fine character, but not super compelling. And you know, when you look at it, compared to the other characters they've been releasing, it's, you know, I'm trying to tread delicately here, right? Is like, I'm fine with my Kokomi, but I would not, if I was not a whale, if I was not a streamer, I probably wouldn't have rolled on the banner. And so you have all of that adding up, and then miHoYo's like, hey, all you creative folk who have a social media following, I'll tell you what, if you guys go put a bunch of hours into making some really cool art, if you guys go put a bunch of hours into making some really cool videos, and then you post them on your social media, and then you enter them in this contest, don't worry, we've got you. You have a chance at winning a single peanut, but only a chance. Pretty big brain, right? Get the entire community to advertise you, spend hours doing things, and then don't even give them anything that really costs you nothing. I mean, I guess there's some perceived value for miHoYo in, if we give them something, they're not going to spend money. To me, that right there, doing that and calling that an anniversary web event, that was the most egregious thing they did, honestly. And so then when you get to the anniversary event, basically they didn't say anything, right? And then they gave us what they gave us. And to me, that was a tipping point. But I think the community has had a frustration that's been building and building and building and building and building. And, you know, honestly, a lot of it rightfully so. And so when we came to this anniversary thing, the community's like, look, you have been wildly successful with your game. You've done all this stuff. So why don't you scratch our backs? I feel like that is where this whole thing came from. I don't think it's a, hey, we want an anniversary event. We want you to give us stuff. Again, it would have been nice if they did. But I think this is the culmination of smaller, more quiet voices in the community that has started as a piece of ice rolling down a hill, and now it's a boulder-sized snowball. And miHoYo's got to get out in front of it and say something. They do. But you know, at the end of the day, like I said when we were starting all this community here that we've got, what we're doing today, what we've been doing here in this channel for the last year, what the other amazing Genshin creators have been doing for the last year, the game that you guys have been enjoying for the last year, or whenever you started. Guys, I wouldn't have this channel, we wouldn't have this community if not for Genshin Impact. You guys, again, are my celebration. Do I wish people were not review bombing Genshin on the Play Store? Yes. I want more people to want to play the game. You know, I don't know that that's the way to go about doing it. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll get miHoYo's attention. What do those people want to happen from review bombing it? Do they want miHoYo to give them 10 wishes in their mail? Is that a successful outcome of review bombing it? Like what's the goal? Do they just want to show their disdain with miHoYo over everything we just talked about? Is that purely about the anniversary? I don't know. I guess the question I'm curious to answer, and I don't have the answer to this, is does Genshin Impact truly deserve a negative review? Or is this beef with miHoYo and not the game itself? That's what I want to know. I mean, it's clear people are frustrated in the community. And it's one of those things where, you know, someone will say something about it and you'll overhear it, or you'll see it in a comment on TikTok or in Twitch chat or whatever. And you'll have that light bulb be like, you know what? That totally makes sense. I'm on board with this. I'm outraged with you. And so does everyone who's doing that have that same belief? Are they doing it because that's what the community is doing? I don't know the answer. I don't want to go and figure out the answer. It'll get sorted out one way or another as we move forward. You know, maybe forever now the rating of the game is going to be tanked. This isn't me going out and trying to defend MiHoYo. I think they've got some stuff to answer for. And like you said, Jeff, there are issues in the game, glaring issues that have irritated me very much. Right there with you. That they have been radio silent on. I mean, hell, let's just look at Amber. I'd love to be able to use Amber and feel good about it, but I've got other characters. I will probably one day build Amber. You know, I was joking earlier. It'd be sweet. Look, every year for the anniversary, you know what you should do? Give Amber a buff every year for the anniversary. We'll call it the Amberversary. And by 2030, Amber will be the most broken unit in Genshin Impact. But you know what? Conversations are happening. They're going to be happening all over, and I don't think they're going to die off just yet. We'll see what happens with the 2.2 live stream. But really, what I want to focus on and keep focusing on is I'm not celebrating Genshin Impact, the game, when I celebrate Genshin Impact's anniversary. I am celebrating you guys and what we have built here. Let people have their opinions. We're not going to engage in the toxicity with it here, but you know, take a step back and make sure that, you know, what we're doing is what we are doing. Think about that. This last birthday I had on Wednesday, 36, top 5 birthdays for me easily. That's because you guys showed up and hung out. You know, I just want you guys to know that regardless, whatever I'm doing, whatever game I'm playing, wherever Twitch takes me, whatever the future of Genshin Impact holds or doesn't hold, right here, I'm trying to find where my hand can point. Right here, this is home. This is our comfortable spot. This is our warm spot that we can just, you know, that we can hang out and not worry too much. What I can say to you all is this. Thank you. Because this is this last year has been a truly special experience for me. And you know, it couldn't have existed without you guys. So thank you.